Rachel Zegler has been canceled from the Snow White movie.
The Rachel Zegler effect has begun. I have a sneaking suspicion the strikes are only a cop-out for the fact that she has had so much negative press. She is certainly one of the key reasons why the Snow White movie is absolutely doomed.
Rachel Zegler's Y2K bombs at the box office following Snow White backlash. This is a disaster for them. You can see the weekend domestic chart. Moana 2, Wicked, Gladiator 2 in the top 3. Got to go down a little bit to see Y2K from A24 at $2.1 million. I guess that's not a surprise when you hire the most unlikable person in the entertainment industry.
Y2K is a smash hit.
We're actually going to this New Year's thing. It's going to be a total show.
44% all critics, 37% top critics, and that scores just the amount of people that think it's above average.
Can't believe it. I very much had no interest in seeing Rachel Zegler in any movie.
This is the same Rachel Zegler who is set to dazzle as the new Snow White, yet now, fans and critics alike have branded her as box office poison.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no Prince, or a different kind of Prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie, right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. It's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024.
Zegler sparked controversy when she criticized the original 1937 Snow White, calling it a story about a guy who literally stalks her. She labeled it weird and insisted the new version would ditch romance because, according to her, we've evolved. Despite the presence of a male co-star, Andrew Burnap, she claimed the film was heading in a completely different direction. But fans weren't convinced, and South Park wasted no time mocking the entire situation. Her latest film, Y2K, turned out to be a total disaster, opening with a pathetic $2.1 million on a $15 million budget. Adding insult to injury, it was crushed by Moana 2, Wicked, and even a re-release of Interstellar. It couldn't even outdo an anime film in 7th place, which made twice its earnings. For a lead actress, that's beyond embarrassing. But this isn't just about bad box office numbers. Zegler's comments, attitude, and non-stop backlash have turned her into a liability. Disney, already struggling with PR disasters, seems to have had enough. Her dismissive remarks about the original Snow White have backfired spectacularly, making her a magnet for criticism and completely overshadowing the film itself. This isn't just one flop, it's a pattern of failure and controversy that even Disney might not be able to ignore much longer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are releasing our final report on the Y2K computer problem.
Everyone's here.
We will experience no major national breakdown.
Someone's on the net.
That's been as hell.
You've got mail.
Breakdown. Y2K.
You've got mail.
They made a video on everything. That's crazy.
Breakdown.
You're combining or something.
Oh, snap.
Think they'll still do graduation?
Y2K.
Another flop. Yet another flop for Rachel Zegler. Like, at some point in time, you got to start scratching your head and wondering, why are people putting Rachel Zegler in movies? Rachel Zegler does not bring boys to the yard. In fact, she scares them away. All right. She's like an old lady, a bitter old lady with a water hose, just screaming, "Get away from my yard, you bastards." Like, that's basically what Rachel Zegler is doing when it comes to these movies.
Oh, here we go. Shit, man. Okay.
It's gonna be a total shit show.
Oh.
See ya.
That's an excuse to kiss the girl of your dreams.
I'm actually gonna kick your f***ing ass.
Y2K is real! Will people roast us?
Yes, 100%. Someone's on the neck. You're a virgin who can't ride.
You are.
Bye-bye, human race.
Check out Y2K in theaters.
Now!
Please. Really. We do actually really need you guys to see this movie.
I don't need your business.
Sold as the next big thing, has never had at all a blockbuster hit. Like, none of her movies have been successful. So Disney banking big with Snow White and, of course, Rachel Zegler is really, really stupid. Really, really dumb.
Rachel Zegler being the biggest name in the cast, and it is a flop. This movie had a $15 million budget, and it has only made $2.1 million domestically. By all accounts, this is a huge and utter failure at the box office. And it's another Rachel Zegler flop. Let's be real. She was in West Side Story, which didn't perform well. She was in Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which performed so badly in theaters that it went to streaming like 3 or 4 weeks after it initially released. She was also in the new Hunger Games movie, which compared to all the other Hunger Games movies, did relatively poorly.
Rachel Zegler's Hollywood nightmare just got even worse. Once seen as a rising star, she's now at the center of controversy, with Disney reportedly washing its hands of her. But how did she go from being the next big thing to Hollywood's biggest liability? Let's break it down. It all started with Snow White, a movie that was supposed to cement her as a household name. But instead of celebrating the role, Zegler made headlines for all the wrong reasons. In interviews, she mocked the original 1937 classic, calling it outdated and dismissing the idea of a prince as weird. Fans were furious. This wasn't just any Disney film. Snow White is one of the most beloved animated movies of all time. The backlash was immediate, and it only got worse from there. Then came South Park. The show's latest special took direct aim at Disney, mocking the studio's approach to modern storytelling. While they didn't mention Zegler by name, fans quickly connected the dots. The episode ridiculed Hollywood's obsession with forced messaging and remakes, and many saw it as a direct jab at Snow White and the controversy surrounding it. Insiders say Disney is panicking behind the scenes, realizing audiences are no longer on board with their approach. But here's where things get even more shocking. While Disney was dealing with a PR mess, Zegler's latest film, Y2K, hit theaters, and it completely flopped. The movie was projected to make $5 million, but it didn't even come close, barely pulling in $2.1 million. That's a disaster by Hollywood standards, and it raises serious questions about Zegler's star power. And now, the biggest bombshell, Hollywood might be done with her. Rumors are swirling that she's being quietly blacklisted by major studios. Reports suggest she even auditioned for Wicked, a film that has since become a massive hit, but she didn't get the role. One industry insider allegedly said, she could have dragged Wicked into the same chaos she's brought to every project she touches. Ouch. So what went wrong? For starters, Zegler's interviews painted her as someone who wasn't grateful for the opportunities she was getting. When fans pushed back, she doubled down, creating even more controversy. And when the film she starred in didn't perform well, executives started to take notice. Hollywood is a business at the end of the day, and if an actor becomes more trouble than they're worth, they're cut loose. Disney seems to be leading the charge. Some reports even suggest they're considering firing her from Snow White entirely, or at the very least, limiting her role in the marketing campaign. Insiders say executives are desperate to salvage the movie, especially after a year of bad press and financial losses. And with the film still months away from release, they may be looking for ways to distance themselves from the controversy. But here's the real question. Can Rachel Zegler recover from this? Hollywood has seen comebacks before, but her situation feels different. The backlash isn't just about one mistake. It's about a pattern of behavior that has alienated fans, executives, and even fellow actors. Some believe she's already crossed the point of no return. So, is this truly the end of Rachel Zegler's career? Or will she somehow turn things around? Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.